Title: The Pastor of the Midnight Morgue. Part 1. In the quiet town of Umudara, people believed they had found a miracle worker. Every Friday night, crowds filled the small, white church at the edge of town Fire of Redemption Ministry. The man behind the altar was Pastor Ezekiel Bamidel. He was dramatic, loud, and convincing. During services, people screamed, fainted, and claimed demons were leaving their bodies. "Fire, fire, come out," he would shout, and many believed they were healed. But something about Pastor Ezekiel was strange. His deliverances were always violent and theatrical. He demanded large offerings before praying for people. And sometimes, after midnight services, he would mysteriously disappear. The church workers thought he went home to rest, but he didn't. The secret of the mortuary. Behind the town hospital stood an old mortuary that few people visited after dark. The guards there had noticed something disturbing for months. Every week, around 1:30 a.m., a black car would quietly park behind the building. A man in a long cloak would enter the mortuary. At first, they ignored it, but one night curiosity overcame fear. One of the attendants peeped through a small crack in the door. Inside, Pastor Ezekiel stood beside the cold metal tables where bodies were kept. Candles burned around him. He whispered strange incantations while touching the lifeless bodies. Performing dark rituals he believed would give him supernatural power. He believed that by drawing energy from the dead, he could perform powerful deliverances and make people believe. God was working through him. The attendant was terrified, but fear kept everyone silent until God decided the deception had lasted long enough. The arrival of the stranger. One Sunday morning, a quiet man entered the church. His name was Pastor Daniel Okori. He didn't shout like Pastor Ezekiel. He didn't try to attract attention. He simply sat quietly at the back of the church and observed. But the moment the service started, something unusual happened. Pastor Ezekiel suddenly became restless. His hands trembled. His voice cracked while preaching. Because Pastor Daniel was not an ordinary man. He was a servant of God sent after many people in the town had cried out in prayer, asking God to expose the deception that was manipulating their faith. Watch out for part 2.